everyone! Today it's time for my most anticipated releases for the third quarter of 2018. So these are my most anticipated releases for the months of July, August and September. As always, I had to cut this list a little bit short because this video is always very long as it is. I still have 15 releases, so you know, this is already my shortened list and I still have 15 releases. And I think at this point you kind of know how I roll. I will really only briefly talk about the book. I will not really give you full synopsis, but rather talk about what intrigues me about it or why I am excited about it. And there's, as always, links to all of the Goodreads pages down below. So in case you want the full synopsis, it's all in the description and I'm just gonna get started. So first off, on July 12th, I have When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. This is her third novel and I'm definitely a little bit less excited about this than I was about her other novels just because I didn't really enjoy her last novel all that much. I'm still excited. It is described as Phantom of the Opera meets Moulin Rouge, which sounds fucking amazing, but especially knowing that she said she wants her stories to be a little bit darker, or that her stories are gonna get a little bit darker each time, and I don't really think that the dark part worked very well in her last novel. I'm definitely a little bit hesitant, but obviously still like super excited. I mean, this is as always gorgeous. It still fits to the rest of her books. I'm still excited. I'm just trying to like lower my expectations. Then on July 31st, we have Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. This is I keep saying it's like a retelling of The Little Mermaid, but it's from Ursula's perspective, but I think it's like an origin story. I think it's like a villain origin story, which sometimes they can be a little bit like, because it's all the same, but I have a lot of faith in this. I have an arc of this, so hopefully I will read that soon. But yeah, I think the cover is super cool and I'm just having a lot of faith in this, so yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Then we also have Heart of Thorns by Brie Barton. I also have an arc of this, and this is a YA fantasy described as Pride and Prejudice meets Graceling. I talked about this so many times now because this is the most intriguing thing I have ever read, and I'm so excited and I really hope I love this. Then on August 7th, we have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is a new YA fantasy by Mary E. Pearson, but it also takes place in the world of the Remnant Chronicles, and I really enjoyed the trilogy, so I'm super looking forward to it. I have not read through the synopsis because I just do not care. All I know it's YA fantasy by an author that I really enjoyed. So yeah, that's all I need to know really. And then we also have These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rash. This is a YA fantasy and all I know is that it has gay pirates. I also have an arc of this, so I'm excited to read it and I hopefully will read it very soon. And I have heard mixed things about it recently, but I'm still super excited because gay pirates, come on. Then on August 14th, we have an anthology and that is Fresh Ink, edited by Lamar Giles. This is a super diverse anthology and I think the kind of tagline and why it's called Fresh Ink is that these are kind of stories that are still being told. These are stories that like we are still influencing, and these are stories that are so important for us all to know. Something like that. I don't remember the exact tagline, but it sounds super intriguing. I know that this does not only have short stories, but also a graphic short story and a one-act play. What I've heard of it so far sounds fucking amazing, so I'm really excited to have this in my hands. And on August 14th, we also have A Touch of Gold by Annie Sullivan. This is a YA fantasy that I also have an arc of, and this is about a world where initially there was a king who had this ability, or who wished for this ability, to make everything that he touched into gold, and then because of that he almost killed his daughter. And then years later, I think we're following his daughter, who still has like skin that shines golden, and she also has some special ability that she has to keep hidden. It sounds all very intriguing, but I also like kind of don't want to know more about it. I am definitely excited to read this arc and to let you know what I thought about it. Then on August 28th, we have City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This is her first kind of on her own middle grade, and I am just so excited. I'm showing you the UK cover because I like this one much more than the US cover, and this gives me such Emily Strange vibes, which was like my emo aesthetic. So I'm loving this UK cover, and that's probably the version that I'm gonna get as well. I kind of know brief things what this is about, but you know I would pick it up either way, so I don't really try to remember too many details about it because, you know, I trust Victoria Schwab, so I just go into it kind of as like unknowingly as possible. I'm super excited about this in particular because this is the first time since this Savage song that we're diving into a new world with Victoria Schwab. And I'm not really worried about it being middle grade. I think Victoria Schwab has a certain kind of writing style that I think will very much come through even in the middle grade. So yeah, I just cannot wait for this, obviously. And then we also have Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. This is a YA fantasy and it is all about an all-female pirate crew, which like, that's like my biggest buzzword. I really trust Natalie C. Parker and I just cannot wait for this. And then finally on August 28th we have Toil Trouble. This is an anthology edited by Tess Sharp. This is obviously all about witches, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of like witchy stories, I know that this will have a couple of female stories in there, or generally like queer witches, and I just think the author lineup sounds amazing, so I still really want to read this. Some of the authors I'm most excited about are Brandy Colbert, Emery Lord, Elizabeth May, and Anna-Marie McLemore. But like, as I said, the whole author lineup sounds just fantastic. And as I said, not really a topic that super interests me, but just knowing that it's gonna be like super queer and knowing all of these amazing authors that are involved in this, how could I say no to this? Then on September 11th, we have Rule by Ellen Goodlett. This is a YA fantasy and it is about a kingdom where the king is dying, and I think his like official heir has died, and then he contacts his 3 illegitimate daughters. I hope I pronounced the word right. I've been trying like 5 million times. But yeah, he contacts his daughters and they are all kind of scared because they don't know what it's about yet. And then I think they kind of have to fight to be the heir, something. I know it is a YA fantasy and it has a female romance in it, so that's all I need to know, really, isn't it? Then on September 18th, we have Unbroken, an anthology edited by Marieke Nijkamp. This is an anthology all about disabled teens from Own Voices disabled authors. I'm super excited. This spans across all kinds of genres. I'm especially excited for Cody Kaplinger's story, but I'm also really looking forward to Catherine Locke's and Heidi Heilig's story. And in general, I just think this is a wonderful idea for an anthology and I just cannot wait. And then also on September 18th is Wildcard by Mary Lou. This is the sequel to Warcross, which was one of my favorite books of last year, and I'm so bitter that I didn't get an arc of it. I don't understand. Why did I get an arc of Warcross, but then I'm not getting an arc of Wildcard? Like, this is genuinely surprising to me. I mean, it's not like Warcross was like a surprising New York Times bestseller. It was like, of course it was gonna be a New York Times bestseller, so I don't understand why I didn't get accepted for the sequel. Ugh. I want to read it so bad right now. It's soon now. We're gonna get it soon now. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I hopefully will reread Warcross before I read this one. I think I should. But yeah, just cannot wait. I'm so excited also because this is a duology, so that means this is the conclusion. Yes, please. And then on September 25th, we have For A Muse of Fire by Heidi Heilig. This is a YA fantasy inspired by Asian cultures and French colonialism. I am super intrigued about it. I have an arc of this, so I am so excited to read that. I know that this works with a lot of different formats. Like, I think some parts are written like a play. I think there's actually like sheet music in it, all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how well all of that is going to translate in the arc, but I just think this sounds like one of the most intriguing formats that I have ever read about, so I absolutely cannot wait. And if I love this book, then I'm sure to get a physical copy so I can see it all in its full glory, and I just hope that it does well in the arc. And finally, we have Vengeful by V. Schwab. I mean, y'all, what can I say? It's Victoria Schwab. It's this sequel that we have been waiting for so long, and I'm just so excited. I just cannot wait to dive back into this world, and I think it's just gonna be brilliant. And these are all of my most anticipated releases for July, August, and September. Let me know any releases that you are super excited for that come out in this quarter, and thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!